as I'm sure you've decided, Freddy has been murdered. I'm sure this is deeply distressing to everyone, and I am aware of that, but we must acknowledge that we have a dangerous killer on board this yacht. I'm sure you all have been taking necessary protocols, but I would recommend we do not sleep alone in our rooms from now on. If it's a small comfort, Freddy's death would have been quick. We found a silent shotgun stashed in the room where he was killed. Sadly, it has been completely cleared of many footprints. That's the end, I think.
Cool. Yes. Small comfort. Poor Margaret was pooling in her own blood. She would have been in agony.
We should have had her autopsied. But we had no clear idea of who to trust. Maybe by the time I got to her, she was barely alive. I still have no idea how long she was there for, bleeding out on the floor.
Ignore that line. Carry on from your line. It was long enough. No, you say that.
It was long enough for the murder to cover their tracks, but there was no shotgun left near her body. Plus, she was pooling in blood from different parts of her body.
So Freddy's death was carried out much more efficiently then?
Yes, Margaret's death was sloppy. She seemed to have multiple wounds. It's possible that the blood loss have killed her, as opposed to any bullets themselves.
Should we consider two killers?
We should keep it on the table, but we should also consider that the killer could have had more of a vendetta against Margaret and wanted to make her death more painful.
That puts us back to square one. Who could have wanted to kill Margaret?
Hello?
Hi, Robert.
I can share what I know.
Where were you yesterday?
See you on the way in my room.
That's understandable.
It segues into what I came here to tell you.
Go on.
I am a former employee of the SDL.
I can name every employee, past and present. You are not amongst them.
When the hands of the clock meet at 12, I'll be there.
My word, it's you. You were part of the Operation C-A-T, CAT.
Yes.
Operation Cat?
It was top secret. We tried to infiltrate the ruling Vile's secret headquarters, but it went wrong.
I was an informant.
And all of your agents involved were killed. So how are you still alive?
Freddy found me.
And all... How?
He said I was a good choice for a job vacancy. He'd been keeping tabs on me for quite a while.
Robert, what do you know about Freddy's history?
Well, he got a first-class graduation and then went to Harvard.
First-class education. Yeah, I know.
A first-class education?
Yes, he was privately educated.
He always told a rags to riches story.
To the press.
To the press?
Yes.
So what? He inherited you. He inherited his wealth.
Of course he did. It was from his grandfather, Arthur C. Wilkinson.
And what did he do?
All sorts of shady stuff, but it's him who made the family's fortune. It was lifted out of poverty by the New Deal, and after the war he built a booming business in shipmaking.
When was he born?
1923.
And where was he born?
Boston.
How do you know
I
this?
was doing some digging, and I wanted a form of leverage on Forever Ivor Freddy.
And that's the end of the scene.
This is the old captain's headquarters.
And I presume that's his grandfather?
He must have built in this boat in his retirement.
Should we have a look around?
It can't hurt, although we should be careful not to displace any evidence. There's pretty evidence of some shady criminal activity in here. What's this? Is there some sort of projector?
Can you open it?
No, need a password. I presume you say the password, but there's nowhere to type it in.
Okay, let's try. Arthur?
Wilkinson,
1923?
Boston. I don't think this could have been set up the way Arthur, in the time Arthur C. Wilkinson was around. But this could be a real clue.
And that's the end of the scene.
Harriet,
She said she would be done by 9.
so from 6 hours from now.
We need to do something in that time.
I want to keep an eye on people on board. We need to make sure that no people can get to Harriet.
Assuming we haven't handed the murderer the evidence.
Do you have any suspicions upon her?
I can't get a clear read on her.
That's a problem I'm having with Marcus.
How about we have a dinner party?
I should not put you in charge of icebreakers.
I'm serious. We keep everyone in one place and hopefully get them to open up a little.
It's worth a try, but you will have to be in charge of setting it up.
I'll go speak to Robert. We can start at 5 and then we can slip out and see Harriet at 9. And that's the end of the scene.
So detective. Oh, sorry. So detective, what brought you on board this yacht?
He was paid off.
I paid to protect Freddie Wilkinson.
Well, good job.
I'm not sure why they're being like this.
I don't trust you.
What would I stand to gain from murdering Freddie?
Well, quite a lot. Actually, you have been talking about your organisation falling on tough times. Freddie was
Freddie was going to pay a very generous sum for protecting him. Murdering him makes no sense.
good point.
Can't get a read on you.
I'm not that much of an outgoing person.
Neither am I. But you move in the shadow.
What are you saying?
I want to know why you're here. What's your history with Freddie?
He ran for a House seat in 2010. Most polls had him as a clear favourite to win, but the incumbent
Democrat.
Democrat clung on the few
By a few.
by a few hundred votes. It was one of the closest in the country.
So it's private her. How's this related to you? Do you run the domain of the Democrat?
Yes, I turned it around.
So you stopped getting into Congress?
And he always said he respected me for that.
I'm guessing he didn't.
Oh no, he was humiliated. He was lambasted as a weak candidate.
I'm sure it would have come up when I was researching him.
When you're wealthy, you can sweep things under the rug.
But why are you here, on board this ship?
Why are you the one asking the questions?
I've already established why it's highly likely that I'm innocent.
You're a professional when it comes to this stuff.
I'm overdue paperwork. It's been a long time since I was in the field.
And that's the end
That's
of
the
this.
end of the scene.
This is good food.
Thank you. I had to make something on the whim.
So how are you two holding up?
As much as I didn't like him, I'm greatly saddened by his death.
Yeah, no one deserves to go out like that.
What do the two of you think about who might have done it?
You're discussing this openly?
Of course.
I'm sure you have more information than me.
Probably. I'll be back soon.
That's the end of the scene. Minutes to go.
Let's debrief.
Freddie and Marcus have history. Marcus ran a congressional campaign for one of Freddie's opponents back in 2010.
This could be a motive. Do you have DNA samples?
Yes.
Me too.
Let's see if Harriet can tell us anything.
Harriet?
I'm here,
Oh, thank God you're alive.
thankfully.
Has anyone come past your room?
The last time I heard footsteps was 2:33 p.m.
2:35.
2:35 p.m. That's all recorded in that notebook.
Have you finished the autopsy?
As best as I can.
And what have you discovered?
Freddie was killed by a single bullet in the head, presumably from the shotgun you found, albeit I'm not a weapons expert.
So it would have been a quick death.
Very quick.
Did you find anything else?
He was already dying.
What?
From what I can tell, he had some sort of mysterious illness that was slowly killing him.
This could change everything.
Do you have the DNA samples?
Yes.
Let me put them through my machine. Beep, 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 beep.
Jeremy, you have to come back. Give you all the lines.
Okay, here's Marcus's DNA against Freddie's body. And it's no match. Now here's Natasha's against Freddie's body. No match. Now here's Robert's against Freddie's body. And no match. Now mine against Freddie's body. No match.
This is a dead end. I don't think they could have left any of this kind of evidence.
And finally, his Petros against Freddie's body. And it's a match.
Wow. I guess we just cracked the case.